Cheesecake is a classic dessert. Hi, welcome to Rizwana's cooking. I am Rizwana and today I am making maple walnut cheesecake squares. Cheesecake is always a crowd pleaser. Today I am putting a Canadian twist on the timeless dessert with walnut and maple syrup. So, without further ado, let's get started. Before I'm going to show you my ingredients, I have to preheat my oven at 350 Fahrenheit. For the crust, we need walnuts. I'm using 1 cup of walnut. And I have cookies. I'm using walnut cookies. You can use any kind of digestive cookies. And I have here brown sugar and butter. I'm using 13 by 9 inches baking pan. It is already greased and parchment paper is in place. So I'm going to start with the crust. You can get really creative when you are making crust. If this was an almond cheesecake, you can make crust with almonds, or crushed Oreo cookies for chocolate cheesecake. See the texture, it looks like wet sand. So I'm gonna press that. Using walnuts in my crust is really going to amp up the walnut flavor in my crust. I think it is ready now. So this is going in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes at 350. So it is going in the oven. While the crust is baking in the oven, I am going to start on the cheesecake filling. For cream cheese filling, we need 1/4 cup all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup maple syrup, 2 eggs, and 2 blocks of cream cheese, approximately 800 grams. Starting with softened cream cheese. It must be at room temperature. Cream cheese is going in the food processor. Now at the block. Cream cheese is softened. Now I'm going to add maple syrup. So I'm gonna blend it. So I'm gonna add eggs. And I'm gonna blend again. So I'm going to add vanilla, 1/2 teaspoon. I'm gonna add flour. It has been baking for 15 minutes and I had left it out for 5 minutes to cool down. My cheesecake fillings are well mixed. Now I'm going to add in my crust. I'm gonna drop in dough. Now I'm gonna spread evenly. When I took out my crust from the oven, I lowered the heat to 325. Now I'm going to bake this for 40 to 45 minutes. My cheesecake just came out of the oven. I'm going to let it sit here and cool a little while before popping it in the fridge. I'm just going to give it a maximum 5 hours in there. I have just pulled this cheesecake out of the fridge. Okay. This is where parchment paper comes in handy. Now I'm going to cut in squares. Now I'm going to put it in the plate. I have here maple syrup. I'm going to drizzle. Now I'm going to add my walnut salt. I dip it in the maple syrup. Okay, let's have a taste. You can really taste the walnut in the crust, and they just pair very well with maple syrup. And that's it. Very simple and so delicious. You have to give this a try. If you do, I want to hear about it. Just give me comments about how they turned out and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe because there's a lot more in store where this came from.